So Rick,
Yes.
tell us about that.
That was the church fight, obviously, from the first Kingsman movie. So I doubled Colin Firth for that movie. And that sequence was meant to play out like a single shot. So the whole thing was meant to play out as one kind of camera move with no cuts in it or anything. In reality, I think there were 70 cuts in that sequence and blends and everything. So they'd shoot some of it with Colin, some of it with me, some of it on wires, some of it free. Different weapons, broken off weapons and everything. There's a lot that went into it. It was a lot of fun, actually. We shot it over 2 weeks, I think, in like a garrison church in Guildford area somewhere, I think. And it was one of those where it was such long shooting days, and we had like this fake sun that used to shine through the windows in the church, so it was always daylight, obviously sunlight in there, and you would think it was going to be like that. You'd shoot for 5 or 6 hours in there, and then you'd walk outside expecting bright sunshine. It was pitch black. It was like 9 o'clock at night, and it was like the sun had gone in a long time ago. But it took a lot of organisation as well, that did, because of all the cuts in it, and it had to play like one sort of fluid sequence. Then all the background had to be in the right place at each, for each section. It had to match. You couldn't have people disappearing and jumping in the background. So the stunt coordinator actually kept a real good list of who was in which section and which wig they had on at the time and which costume and everything. Because I think there was only about 10 sort of professional stunt performers in that sequence, and they were all recycled, like literally in every single shot. It's the same guys, but with a stick-on beard or a wig or something, and a cardigan or whatever. And and we made it look like a church full of 1 million people, where the rest of the guys were just extras and stuff, sort of waving candlesticks around in the background and bashing each other on the head with them and stuff. It was a lot of fun, though. Yeah, everyone had fun on there for sure. And it was something a bit different. And it was actually sort of conceived, that sequence and a lot of the action stuff on there, by Brad Allen, who passed away a couple of years ago. And he was the first kind of Westerner in Jackie Chan's stunt team. So he used to come up with really, really cool sort of concepts for the fights, and everything was a little bit different with that movie, which was why it was really, I was really pleased to be asked to double on there.